Hi everyone, this video is sponsored by Liquid Metal Marketing. Now I must be really clear and honest with you to begin with. I am actually involved with Liquid Metal Marketing and have an invested interest in their success. So I will be very clear with you from the start, but ultimately Liquid Metal Marketing put together my new website over on thatrandomgeekyguy.com. So please do check out what Liquid Metal Marketing do. If you have a YouTube channel yourself or you're trying to create a social presence and you need a website to go with it, Liquid Metal Marketing could be the guys for you. Hey everyone, and thank you very much for joining me for this video. For those of you that don't know, my name is Ryan and this is That Random Geeky Guy. So we have another product today from our lovely friends over at wish.com. So let's see how well this one's going to go. So as you can see from the title, today we are looking at a mouse, or as they say, a Logitech G502 Lightspeed mouse. So it's one of their wireless range. So this was picked up over on wish.com about 3 weeks ago, which for wish.com is pretty rapid delivery. And I wanted to take the time to experience it with you guys. We won't talk about price right now. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. But let's go and see what we have actually got. So this is actually the product right here. In a very white, nondescript box. So again, this is a Logitech G502 Lightspeed. Now, I'm going to be really honest. I'm going to come clean with you guys. I don't use a lot of Logitech's peripherals. Now, I don't know if they're under a lot of pressure at the moment and maybe they're having to cut some budgets, but I don't think they've resorted to using plain white boxes for their products. But let's hold out hope. Perhaps it's an OEM, perhaps it's a let's say a lower quality product, so it hasn't met the QC standards to go to Logitech, so they're being sold as seconds possibly, and that's why it's in just a white box. But let's get into it and see what it kind of looks like. On the outside, unlike a lot of other Wish products, we don't have any random wording and encouragement. The only thing that's on here, you won't be able to see it because I think it's far too far away, is a price which suggests that this is just over $3.1 million. You'll be happy to know I didn't pay that, but we will talk about that price a little bit later on. Other than that, there's just some more nondescript bits on the side of the box and a QR code. I do have a laptop here with me as well, because I would also like to see if my investment, my purchase, actually works. So let's get into the box to begin with. So like I said, a nondescript white box, took about 3 weeks to get here. Let's get him opened up. Right, so sat in the top, we have a white USB cable. It's a USB-A to USB micro B, but it's white. Now, the mouse is black. I can see the mouse already. I don't think it's going to come with a white cable, so I think that's probably a bit of a red flag to begin with, but perhaps I'm wrong. We've got the goods itself, but we'll move on to this in a second. And then in here, we have a whole lot of nothing. So no instruction manual, nothing like that, no paraphernalia. All you've got is the mouse in a plastic bag and a micro B USB cable. Okay, it's not looking great, I will be honest. Let's move on to the product anyway. So there it is, our Logitech G502 Lightspeed. You've got that Logitech logo here, right there on the top. Other than that, it's a fairly plastic finish, but that's what we get. Hold on, sorry, that's rocking a little bit. Oh, okay, so in the bottom here, we've got a little USB adapter, which if I believe the product, it should be their Lightspeed adapter. Okay, as we go around the device, let's have a bit of a walk around it. We have got non-slip pads here. Sorry, not non-slip, that'd be silly. It's the opposite. They're slip pads, so it's designed to create as little friction as possible so your mouse kind of moves around. And they are actually the right things. They're not just molded plastic like we've seen in some previous Wish mice. And you've got the optical sensor, which really doesn't look that legit. It's so difficult to see if you guys can see this, but it's just literally a dot, a hole straight through there. There is straight away something that is glaring to me, that on a genuine 502, you've got certain visual aspects that kind of stand out. One of which is that down this front side, let me just bring up an image to make sure that I'm right. Yes, okay, so yeah, a couple of things. First things first, on a genuine one, the Logitech symbol's in a different place. It's actually more up and to the left here rather than in the center. And then there's also 3 illuminated lights going down the side of this here. And on the surface, it doesn't show that there's actually any there at all. But okay, and then we've got a battery compartment. And we have a AA rechargeable battery in the bottom. I'm just comparing this to images of the actual mouse. We have a button missing here. So it's just got 2 buttons here, which I'm assuming would be mapped for forward and back, but those are missing. And then there should be another set of the same double buttons up here. And again, those are missing. So there's a total of 3 buttons missing off the side there. And it also looks like the real one has I'm saying the real one because I think we've probably determined quite quickly this isn't genuine. The real one has a textured side on the side here that looks like it's got like a non-grip material, whereas actually this one is literally just the plastic itself that's been molded to look like that. Okay, and then the big obvious piece is that on the bottom of a genuine one is you've got a large circle with the Logitech symbol in, and there isn't one of those on this mouse. So yes, this is a knockoff. This isn't a G502. Which really calls into question whether or not it was worth the money I paid. So, let's plug this in and see if we can get this to turn on, and see if it works. It should have some RGB lighting as well. So let's see if that stuff works. And then I'll divulge the cost, and you guys can make your decision on whether or not you think it's good value for money. So that's in. Doesn't seem to. Oh no, it's lit up. There we go. So we've got a red light on the. So that is RGB. That is changing color there on top of the mouse, if you can see that. The interesting thing is, I know that on the G502, the sensor's light isn't visible to the human eye, whereas this has just a traditional red laser light on the bottom. Okay, it does work though. So we are getting. Oh god, that scroll wheel is awful. We are getting a connection. The scroll wheel is literally really cheap plastic, and I know they do different variants of this, of the true Logitech ones, but I'm pretty certain none of them come in recycled sweet paper, sweet wrapper plastic. Yeah, it's not good, to be honest. But either way, the scroll does work. The actual mouse feels fairly responsive. Let's see if we can adjust the DPI. No, that does absolutely nothing. So the 2 buttons on top don't do anything at all. I don't think they're buttons whatsoever. So I don't think they're mapped to anything. Let's try the buttons. Okay, the buttons on the side do work, and they are mapped as I thought they would. So on a browser, for example, they're going backwards and forwards, or go back on a browser, forward on a web browser. Yeah, so it's kind of doing that. What I'm going to try is. It's a long shot, but I doubt it's going to work. Let's see if we can download the Logitech G502 software, and if it will recognize this mouse or if it will do anything with it. It's G-Hub, I think their stuff's called. So we'll get that downloaded and see if it actually does anything whatsoever. So there we go. It's just installing. Okay, so we're loaded into the software. Let me just skip through all the normal startup bits and pieces and actually fully launch the hub. Which is what they're asking me to do. There we go. Cool. Okay. Yeah, it's not a good start. I'm being met with large bold font of "Connect your Logitech G Gear." It's connected. That's not good. I'm going to suggest that this is going to be a no-show. So yeah, it's complete confirmation. This is not legitimate whatsoever. It can't see it at all. All right, let's talk about price. This counterfeit, knockoff, fake, whatever you want to call it, Logitech G502 was £11. £11 for a knockoff G502. The scroll wheel's not very good. The left and right click are weighted differently, so it's easier to do your right click than it is your left click. There's buttons missing versus the product it's trying to imitate. Do I recommend that you buy one? Okay, so let's be honest. £11 for a mouse, even if you were buying one legitimately, shall we say, a legitimate mouse, £11 isn't a exceptionally high budget. So it depends upon what your expectations are when you go into buying the product. Does it work as a mouse? Yes, it does. It's fairly fluent. It seems fairly smooth. There doesn't seem to be massive input lag. If you want the G502-ish look, yeah, sure, you get that for your £11. You have no customization options. You can't adjust the DPI. You can't adjust the RGB. There's nothing that you can change on the device. It is what it is as it comes out of the box. So you've got to factor that in and bear that in into your purchase decision. But ultimately, no, I can't recommend it. And for a couple of reasons. I think one is the obvious one, which is just really frustrating that it's presenting itself to be something that it isn't. You know, before we start talking about, you know, sticking up for the large corporation where somebody's using their trademark and, you know, knocking off their products, that sort of stuff, it's not just that. It's for you as the consumer. They're presenting it to you as that product, and that isn't what you're getting. Because it's not a genuine product. So no, of course I couldn't recommend it based off the back of that. But also on the flip side, I think that, yeah, okay, there might be a level of appeal because it looks like you've got a G502, even if you don't have the budget for one. But there are other mouse out there that you can buy that don't present themselves as being this, from somewhere like Amazon. In fact, I'll list a few in the video description if you want to check some out, of mice that are, you know, £10 to £15 that would probably be better made than this. It's very, very plasticky. Might actually have some customization options, and actually you might just get a generally whole better experience from it. So yes, please don't go out of your way to go onto Wish and buy a knockoff product that is presenting itself as something it shouldn't do. There we go. I hope you're liking some of these Wish videos. I really, really appreciate any feedback that you've got, so make sure that you do stick that in the comment section below. If by some miracle there is somebody out there that actually wants this mouse, yeah, drop a comment, just let me know you want it, and I'll pick up with you, and whoever's first can have it. I send it with no warranty, with no recommendation of the product, and it has absolutely no affiliation whatsoever with that random geeky guy. It's just I don't need it, and I don't want it to go to e-waste. So if somebody could do with a basic mouse for the time being to use for work or whatever it might be, please let me know, stick it in the comment section below, and I'll make sure I get it out to you guys. Other than that, please watch out for more Wish videos in the future. If there's anything or any product that you'd like me to buy and check out because you don't want to waste your money on it, stick that again in the comment section below. I'll be sure to see what else we can find. For those of you who tuned in last week will know that we've launched our new t-shirt over on thatrandomgeekyguy.com, which is this one, which is actually our Stealth Traces t-shirt. It replaced our Founder Edition. Our Founder Edition was a limited edition t-shirt, and this one has been released to celebrate when we broke 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. So please, if you want to support the channel, please go and check out our website at thatrandomgeekyguy.com and pick up one of these Founder Edition t-shirts. Or like I said before, there are some links in the video description for some good value gaming mice, which are paid links. So we do get a little bit of a kickback from them. So if you want to support us, that's the other option. And then there's the really easy free option where you can support the channel, which I recommend to everybody because it doesn't cost you anything, is hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell icon so you know when our next video is coming. Share this video far and wide so none of your friends make the mistake of buying a knockoff Logitech G502 mouse off Wish. And I shall see you guys in the next video. Take care.